Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday morning's Masterclass. And due to the rain, we'll be practicing inside. And today we're working towards Trivikramasana, standing compass pose. So please make sure you have 2 blocks on a strap. And then when you're ready, come to lie on your back in your Shavasana. And let's use this time to consciously connect to our breath. Feel the expansion of the lungs as you inhale. The softening of the body as you exhale. Give yourself a few more moments here. And if you have an intention you're working with this morning, please breathe that into your heart space. And for some of us, these deep hip openers might be quite easy. Maybe you're practicing with injury or shape of a hip that doesn't really allow deep hip openers. So may we be mindful in our practice. May we meet ourselves where we're at, rather than forcing our bodies into a shape that it's not yet prepared for. The inhale draws the right knee towards the chest, finds wind-removing pose. Flex your left foot and extend your left heel forward. Now scissor off your hips. Full breath in. Exhale draws that knee closer towards right armpit. Inhale extends the right heel. Once again, flex the foot. Feel this nice opening at the back of right hamstring. Rotate right outer hip down. Level off the hips. Interlace the fingers either at the back of the thigh, the calf. Some of you may even be able to go for the heel. Find that scissoring action of the hips. If you find a pulling sensation at the back of the knee, it means you're overstretching your hamstring. The inhale lifts the forehead to the shin. Keep that left leg straight as you can, maybe the heel lifts. Elbows to the side and lift. Hold. Finding your flexibility. It's a cold morning, so maybe you're not in your full flexibility today. It's quite cold. The body often closes in the cold. The next inhale reaches the arms forward. Now we're using mobility, the strength of the body. Keep those feet flexed. Lift, reach. Draw belly to spine. Press the spine to the mat. Change. Lower the right leg as you lift the left. Notice the difference of how high you could get the right leg as opposed to the left. Change. You should cross at a 45-degree angle. Draw that right leg in. Change. 2 more to go. Lift. Change. Feel your abdominals work here, your abdominal muscles. Last one. Bring your left leg up, right leg forward. Right leg up, left leg forward. Lift, release. Bring right knee to chest. Left hand finds the outer right knee and find your supine twist. Right shoulder to the mat, gazes over your right fingertips. So we're twisting out that deep core work we've just done. Soften into it. Breathe into it. Inhale, draws gaze through center. Right knee to chest. Release the right foot. Draw your left knee in towards your chest and find your wind-removing pose here. Can you level off the hips? The back of the head rests on the mat. The back of the heart space. You're massaging through descending colon here. Inhale extends the left leg. Find your interlace. And then just draw your shin forward. And notice at the beginning of the practice, Notice when it's still cold. My phone said this morning it's 9 degrees. Notice how maybe in summer your leg will come so much closer. Now we're practicing with a winter body. Inhale, lifts the chest. Draws the forehead towards the shin. Some of you may rather have the elbows out to the side. Some might prefer to wrap the elbows behind the calf. Find your shape and extend through your right heel. Notice the scissoring action of the hips. Take one more round of breath here. Change. Reach your arms forward. Draw the right leg back. Stay with it. Lift the shoulders more. And then switch. Right leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Left leg lifts. Right leg lowers. Can you lift your shoulders higher? Can you touch the wall in front of you? Moving with your breath. There's 3 more rounds here. Keep that internal rotation of your inner thighs. So the thighs almost want to rub together as you change the legs. Last one. And then release. Soften back to your wind removing pose. Right hand finds the outside of the left knee and move into a supine twist. Gazes over your left shoulder. Press the left shoulder to the mat. See if you can stack your left hip above your right. One more breath here. Release. Gaze through center. Knee to chest. Right knee meets left. And inhale, let's do 3 roly-polies along the full length of the spine. And then we're going to ground the feet, rock forward and come to an Uttanasana forward fold. Let your head be heavy. For this first round, the knees are quite bent as the body is warming up. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. And let's bend the knees, roll up the spine, stacking each vertebra, one at a time. It's a nice big shoulder loop, up, back, and down. Inhale, reaches the arms overhead, sideways. Exhale, twist to your right. Square your hips or find the twist. Gazes over your right shoulder. Inhale brings us back through center. Lengthen. Exhale, twist over to your left. Draw that left hip forward, gazes over left shoulder. Inhale brings us back through center. Exhale, bend the knees. Draw the hips forward, broaden through the collarbones as you open your heart. High mountain as you're in. Uttanasana, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart. Fold as your X. Let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Place your hands, step your right foot back. Lower the right knee to the mat. Scissor your hips towards one another. Inhale, Anjayasana. Exhale, draw the hips forward. Now you can start to peel the ears, bring the biceps behind the ears. Then peel the ears back. Draw the hips forward. One more. Exhale, send you off into a half Hanumanasana. Place your hands on either side of that left foot. If you want more, draw the left heel forward, but scissor through the hips. Lengthen through your spine. And slowly start to experience the opening of your left hamstring. Lengthen through your heart. Inhale, pulse forward, find Anjayasana. Exhale, it's a big circle of the arms. As you release the hands either side of left foot, step left foot to meet right. High plank is your in. Chaturanga Dandasana is your X. Ardha Mukha Svanasana is your in. Broaden through your collarbones, peel the ears back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Roll over your toes. Press the hands into the mat and lengthen through the side body. Rotate outer armpits to earth. Step your right foot between your hands without raising the right foot, just step it through. Lower your left knee, so we're not moving through three-legged dog. Draw the hips forward. Inhale, reaches the arms up. Opposite hook of the thumbs. Exhale, biceps behind ears. Peel the ears back. Open. Breathe. Stay with it. Inhale brings us back through center. Exhale is Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits or half monkey pose. Scissor your hips together. And rather than rounding through the spine, can you lengthen through your heart? Stay with it. Keep that right foot flexed. Inhale, rocks forward, Anjayasana. Exhale, releases the hands, frame right foot, left foot meets right. Ardha Uttanasana is your in, Uttanasana is your X. We're going up to come straight down, we're halfway through. Inhales, high mountain. Exhale, folds, Uttanasana, lead with your hips, lead with your heart, hinge at your hips. Complete the pose, forehead to shins, maybe your knees are bent. Inhale is a halfway lift. Exhale, steps the left foot back, lowers left knee down. Inhale brings us up through center. Find your Anjayasana. Open your heart. Exhale releases us to Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Scissor the hips. Lengthen your chest forward. Inhale is Anjayasana. You can lift the right knee, find high crescent. Exhale, releases the arms, right foot steps back. Plankasana, high plank. Pulse forward. Exhale, bends the elbows for Chaturanga Dandasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana is your X. Without raising the left leg, just step the foot between the hands. Lower right knee down. Inhale brings us up, Anjayasana, find the opposite hook of the thumbs. Exhale, find your back bend. Scissor the hips, lift the chest. Inhale through center. Exhale, release. Ardha Hanumanasana. Find that scissoring action. And you might notice that one hip feels a little bit different to the other today. Inhale, pulse forward, Anjayasana. Then float the right knee, find high crescent. Exhale, releases the arms. Frame left foot, right foot meets left. Half lift is your in, Uttanasana is your X. Root to rise, high mountain is the in. Samastitihi is your X. Just give yourself a moment. Feel into your breath. Place your hands on your hips and step your feet hip width apart. So it's a little bit wider Tadasana here. Full breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Okay, so we're going to take a Baddha Uttanasana. So I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. Bring my right arm through my legs. See if I can get my right shoulder behind my right thigh. And then take the half bind. And then you can keep your knees slightly bent. And twist. So you're drawing this left shoulder back. And by drawing my left shoulder back, that's going to give more access to take the half bind. You can use a strap here if you need. Ground into your feet. You're twisting out the spine. Stay here for another 3 rounds of breath. I know it's strong. And the end of the next breath releases. Ardha Uttanasana is your in. Uttanasana is your ex. Baddha Uttanasana to your left. So bring that left shoulder through, reach the left arm up, and see how my right shoulder has to draw back. From there, I reach my right hand up and over, and I take the bind. And I twist. Stay here for another 3 full rounds of breath. Deep Ujjayi breath. And the end of the third breath releases. Ardha Uttanasana is the end. Place the hands and step the right foot back. Okay. We're going to go for lizard's pose. So it's the left shoulder moves underneath that left thigh. My shoulder presses into the back of my left calf. And I can press my hands into the mat. Some of you will want to fly. Some of you will find a bind. Find the scissoring action of the hips. It's the ball of the right foot that presses down the whole left foot. Pada bandha through the 4 corners of left foot. Bend that left knee. Press the ball of the right foot into the mat and press your left shoulder into your left thigh or calf. Stay with me, I know it's strong. And then release. Hands underneath the shoulders. You're welcome to take an Ekapada Kundiyasana too if you want. And we'll move back to a 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose, touch, press up through your shoulders. Step the foot between your hands. Lower your right knee. Inhale draws you up, Anjayasana. Exhale is a half Hanumanasana. Scissor the hips. Heart forward, hips back. Breathe, broaden through your collarbones. Inhale, pulses forward, Anjayasana to high crescent. Exhale, hands through heart, float right foot, find standing splits. Stay with me. Release, half lift as you're in. Forward fold as your X. Inhale to a half lift, place your hands. Step your left foot back. Find your runner's lunge to the right. So right shoulder underneath or behind the right calf. Right hand is on the outside of the right leg. Bend the right knee. Ground the ball of the left foot to the mat. And maybe keep your hands down. Some of you will fly. Some of you will find the bind. Press that right shoulder into the right calf. There's a tuck of the tailbone here. A lengthening through the body. I know it's strong. Stay with it. Breathe into it. And the exhale releases. If you did so on the previous slide, it's Ekapada Kundiyasana 2. Oops, maybe you have a couch in the way. Step it back. 3-legged dog. Square off your hips here. Exhale, pulse forward, right knee to nose. Step the foot between your hands, lower your left knee to the mat. Anjayasana is your in. Left. Half Hanumanasana is your X. This time you can fly the arms out, broaden through the collarbones. Inhale, pulses forward, high crescent lunge. Scissor through the hips. Exhale, hands through heart. Keep the right foot pressed into the mat, rock forward. And then fold into your standing splits. And you lift that left leg towards the sky. Keep your hips squared off. Half lift is your inhale. Forward fold is your exhale. Root to rise, high mountain is your in. Samastitiyi is your X. And just close your eyes a moment. Feel your breath. Feel the beating of your heart. Sensation within your hips. Inhale, reaches your arms up, high mountain pose. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold. Weight to the left foot, inhale, raises right foot, find your standing splits. Exhale, bends into the left knee, steps us back. Low lunge. Inhale, pendulums the torso up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, it's hands through heart, left shoulder to the inside of the left leg. Find your lizard lunge. Maybe you fly your arms, maybe you find your bind. Scissor. Breathe. Stay with it. Release. Left hand to the inside of the left foot, ground the right foot, extended side angle. Side angle to extended side. Inhale, reverses your triangle. Exhale, Utthita, Trivikramasana, hips back. Look forward, reach when you can't get any further. Ground the left hand. Rotate your right outer hip back. Your left groin or your left inner hip forward. Stack the shoulders. Be mindful you're not sticking the bum out. Tilt the tailbone forward. Stay with it. One more. Release. Right hand underneath the right shoulder. Float your right heel. Bend into the left knee. It's a low lunge as your inhale. Ground the right knee is your X. Anjayasana brings us up. The inhale brings us into Anjayasana. Make sure you have your blocks handy. Exhale is half Hanumanasana. So you want your blocks for this one. Half Hanuman turns into full Hanuman. So keep sliding that left heel forward, your right foot back. Some of you will have your hands on your blocks underneath your shoulders. Find that scissoring action, right hip moves forward. So we don't want to do this. I see this all the time on Instagram. Yay, I'm in splits. Please don't ever do that. I'm compressing into my spine. There is no core engagement and there's no hip stability. Some of you may reach your arms up. Stay, feel the hips work here, breathe. And then we're all going to hinge at the hips and fold forward. Doesn't have to be the deepest forward fold ever. You can have your hands underneath your blocks, fix your ear. Take one more round of breath, lengthen your heart forward. And then change. Hands underneath the shoulders or on the blocks. Tuck right toes. Inhale, floats the left foot back. Find your three-legged dog. No, move. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go. Sorry, I have a dog problem. End of your next breath, bend your knees, look forward. Walk, step or float. Half lift is your in. Forward fold is your X. Bring your weight to your right foot. Float your left foot. Find your standing splits. Exhale, bends right knee. Steps the left foot back. Find your lizard pose. Right shoulder underneath the right leg. Fly the arms. Or take the full bind. If you're taking the bind, I bend my right knee more and I press my shoulder into my calf. My right knee does not overshoot my right heel. Stay for one more breath. Then release. Right hand to the inside blade of right foot, ground the left. Find your side angle pose. And the inhale extends that left arm forward, extended side. Inhale, straightens right leg, reverse your triangle. Reach it back. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. Find your triangle pose. Then release. Left hand swishes back. As it draws forward, the left hip moves forward, the left heel lifts. Find your low lunge. Ground the left knee. Inhale reaches us up, Anjayasana. Exhale, Adha Hanumanasana, half Hanuman. And then let's go for it. Full Hanumanasana, glide your right heel forward. Oops. Your left leg back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. It's really nice to have the blocks here. Scissor the hips, draw that right hip back, left hip forward. You might be quite high up and that's fine. Some of you will stay here. Some of you will start to reach your arms up. Oops. Find the stability in your hips. Activate Mula Bandha. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, we all hinge at the hips and fold forward. You don't have to be all the way down. But notice here how the right hip wants to move forward. Can you draw that right hip back, keeping the stability in the hips? Let your neck be long, lengthening through your spine. Inhale slowly brings us back. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Once again, the blocks for me make it a little bit easier. Float the right foot back. Three-legged dog. Sends us to downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa flow. Inhale, pulse forward, find high plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana is the in. Adho Mukha Svanasana is the X. And maybe you wiggle your hips out here. And then come to stillness. Bend your knees, ground your knees. So we're going to move to heron pose or Kranchasana. Okay, so what we do is first we move the dog so you guys can see me. Shanti, out. Yep, out. Move, out. Okay, so we're going to start with our right leg. So we're going to go into a half hero's pose. So, Adha Virasana. Hero's pose, Virasana. Adha Virasana, half hero's pose. So I'm going to bring my right foot forward. Then I'm going to bring my hips to the inside of my left heel. If you have a tricksy knee, you can bring your foot forward and have this heel of the sole of the foot underneath the right glute. If you don't have a tricksy knee, you're in half hero's pose. And there's this internal rotation of this left inner thigh. Then you're going to take your hands, interlace the fingers underneath the right foot. Start to straighten out the right leg. Okay, some of us will be here. Maybe our knee will be bent. Be mindful you're not rounding in the spine. Lift through your sternum. The full pose. If you wear a watch, this is a pain. You're going to take the right hand to the back of the right foot. Palm faces forward. So it's the back of the right hand to the sole of right foot. Palm faces forward. The left hand The back of the left hand to the palm of the right foot, to the palm of the right hand, so that the palm of the left hand faces forward. And then you're going to lift and breathe. And essentially you're looking for at least about 45 degrees here from the ground to your leg. Lift your heart. So we're not leaning back and rounding back. We're lifting the heart towards the foot. And then smile at your toes. I know. You're really feeling those hamstrings on the right. And if you're like me, you're really feeling your psoas muscles on the left. Pinching that left hip flexor. Take one more breath. And then to release, you bend the knee. And let's just take a deer pose. So twist to your right. Inhale will bring us back through center. Place the left foot. The right foot comes into Adha Virasana. It's a half hero's pose. So I'm sitting my right sit bone to the inside of my right foot. Those of you who practice Bikram with me, this is your like a half fixed firm, half entry level to fixed firm. Take a bind to the sole of the left foot, and maybe we're here with the knee bent. Sorry, I forgot to mention, some of you may be using a strap. And that's fine too. Okay, some of us will stay with our hands interlaced, or the back of the left hand to the sole of the left foot, palm faces away. The back of the right hand to the palm of the left hand, palm of right hand faces away. And then we lift. And we're leading with our heart, lifting through the sternum. So be mindful you're not rounding there, Shana. Lift, open, breathe. Lift the corners of your mouth. And then slowly start to release. And maybe you have a dog problem too. And twist over to the left side. Release. Okay, puppy, you gotta go. I know, you're cute, but you gotta go. Come. Come, go lie with Wolf. Okay. So that was, and my Sanskrit is terrible, Kranchasana. Now we're going to go for Parivrita, Surya Yantrasana, revolved sun compass. So it's basically compass pose. But we're going to go for the seated version. Okay, sorry about my dog. She thinks it's cuddle time. Yeah, go away. Okay, so this time we're going to bring the sole of the left foot to underneath the right glute. And take the outside blade of my right hand, of my right foot and my right hand. Draw my right knee back. Okay, left hand up and over. Hook your right shoulder underneath the right leg. Place the right hand to the mat. Kick and look up underneath the left armpit. Compass pose. Sorry, gaze up underneath your left armpit. Can you get length with your spine? Make sure both sit bones are pressing into the earth. That right sit bone's not floating. That's another one I see all the time. We want both sit bones down, and maybe my knee is bent. Took me about 10 years to straighten my leg here. Breathe. So you're twisting through your thoracic spine. There's a nice stretch happening through the right hamstring, twisting through the thoracic spine, and lengthening through the whole left side of the body. And then release. And let's take that over to the left. So, left hand finds the outside blade of the left foot, draws the knee back. Now lift your chest, be mindful you're not rounding, lift. Right hand over, and then binds. Left shoulder onto the left. That made no sense. Left leg onto the left shoulder like a handbag strap. And then kick the left foot into the hand. Look up underneath your right armpit. kick, lift. Both sit bones flat on the mat. Breathe here. Stay with it. One more breath. Release. Roll over your shins. Let's come back to a downward facing dog. Let's iron that out. Inhale, pulses forward, finds a high plank pose. Exhales, Chaturanga Dandasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay there. Stretch into those hip flexors a moment. Exhales, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, float. Feet between hands. Ardha Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Root to rise, high mountain. Exhale, Samastitihi. Okay. You guys ready? We're going to do all that but standing. Let me just have a quick sip of water. Okay. Ground into the left foot. Bring your right knee to chest. Right hand takes a bind to the outside blade of right foot. Extend your right leg forward. Left hand will take a bind. You can totally use your strap here if you need it. The exact same as heron pose. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe this left knee is bent for stability. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Oops. A little bit more tricky standing. And some of you may start to straighten out that left leg, and we're looking for length through the spine. Inhale brings us back through center. Opens the right leg to the right side. Oops. Cramp. So extend your right leg out to the right side. Left arm out to the left. Stay with me. Breathe into it. Okay. Let's just come into a tree just to rest for a moment. Okay, is everybody ready? Take my right hand and I find my right heel. So previously we went forward. Oh, hang on. There's a cramp. So previously we took the hand over the top of the foot. This time, and I'm also getting off this mat, it's too padded. So this time, I'm taking my hand under my leg and I'm finding my heel. Then I'm stacking my shoulders above my hips. My left hand's going to go over, just like I did in compass. Then I'm going to kick, oops. I'm going to kick my right foot. My gaze is up underneath my left armpit. Trivikramasana. Standing compass pose. So yes, grab your strap. Nice, everybody. Find your breath. So if you have a very padded mat, it's a really nice mat, but it's also very padded. My balance isn't great standing on it. But it's the right hand takes right heel under the leg. Left hand up and over takes the outside blade of the right foot. Then I kick, I extend, I lengthen. Nicely done, and when you're ready, you can release it, shake that leg out. Notice the difference between your hips. I told you, some strong, deep hip openers. Okay, let's go to the left side. Weight to right foot. Left knee to chest. Oops. Have a little dancing moment. Then I take the left foot, the sole of the left foot. Extend my left heel forward, I lift. And as though I'm going for a heron's pose, I hinge at my hips. I lengthen through my spine. Be mindful here, this left hip is not lifting, it's getting wanting. Rotate the left outer hip down. So this left hip's going to want to do this. Rotate the outer hip down. And then we're going to hinge. Stay with it. Fold forward. So shadow, be careful that hip's flaring out. Draw that hip, outer hip down. Vanessa, rotate that outer hip down. Nice, CD. Nice, Jane. So Vanessa, it's not Bikram. The leg's not forward. It's not standing forehead to knee pose. So I'll show you from the side. I'm not here. It's not Bikram. I'm lifting like heron's pose. My leg lifts. And then I start to draw myself towards my leg. It's a lot stronger. You don't have to draw the body to the leg. You can just stay here. And then we're going to open the left leg to the left side. Reach the right arm out to the right. Gaze is over the right fingertips. Use a strap if you need. Find your drishti. A point that does not move. It's going to help you with your balance. Maybe start to straighten the right leg. Bring the gaze forward. Find your tree pose. And to be honest with you guys, the tree is completely not part of the sequence. It's just a nice way to rest. Okay. Shake out your hips. And let's go. Let's prepare for Trivikramasana. Standing compass pose. So I don't know, like right glute should be feeling a little bit of fire. Left hand under the calf, like heron's pose, and then hold the heel. The right hand up and over takes a bind to the outside blade of the right foot, just like compass. And then I kick. My right knee is bent. And I hold. And I open. And I'm getting into my left hamstring, the right side of my body. Keep rotating that left glute forward. Level off your hips. I don't want to fall into my hips here. Level the hips off. Pada bandha through the four corners of your right foot. So, CD, have a look at how you're binding on your foot there for me. Oh, no, you're fine. Is that it behind? Okay, you're fine. Nice, Vanessa. Now kick the foot up. There we go. Same as you did on the mat. It just becomes like higher grade when we're standing on one leg as opposed to sitting on the ground. Stay with it. 3 more breaths. Can you stay in the discomfort of the pose? And the leg doesn't have to be straight. For most of us, the leg's probably going to be here today. Okay, we're going to stay in the discomfort of the shape. Let our bodies build new neural pathways. Once again, puffy mats. This is why I like my pranas, because they're nice and thin. They don't give me balancing issues. But we're building new neural pathways. So stay for 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake your legs out. Okay. Inhale is high mountain. Exhale, folds. Take a palm to elbow bind and let's move into a bit of a ragdoll here. So straighten our left leg, bend right knee, twist to your right. Come back through center, over to the left. Then find stillness. Just stretching out those gluteus majus muscles. Giving your hamstrings a gentle stretch. Inhale's a halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands, bend your knees. Walk, step or float. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift us up, upward facing dog. Lower your knees. Press yourself back, find child's pose. Soften your third eye to the mat. Soften your body. Soften your breath. Our inhale will roll us up to a seat. Send the sit bones back. Legs forward. Extend your left leg out to the side. And we're going to lengthen, twist to the right. And then left hand stays on right knee, reach your right arm up and over. Parivrita, Janu Shirshasana. You've done a lot of this work getting into the side body. And the exhale will release. Right hand to the outside of the left foot. Left hand to the inside and find your Janu Shirshasana. Fold. Inhale brings us back through center. Change the cross of the legs. So it's now the right leg out to the side, left foot to the inner right groin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist left. Reach left arm up and over. Getting into the descending line. And then release. Janu Shirshasana. Inhale brings us back through center. Find a comfortable cross-legged seat. Maybe you have to put some layers on. Ground through the sit bones. Bring your palms to face up. If there's any final adjustments that you feel your body needs, please take them. Otherwise, we're going to root our sit bones down. Lengthen through our spine. The eyes are closed. The neck is long. Find your breath. Allow the medicine of each of those asanas. Move into the body. And as we sort of, often in Masterclass, we kind of want to do the pose because it You have this idea that we have to be able to do the pose. And that's not the point at all of this class. We're teaching our body. We're learning we're creating new neural pathways that will enable us to open. Some of those poses we did today literally took me 10 years to straighten my leg. And still some days my leg won't straighten. And that's okay. It's not about the destination or the perfect looking asana. It's the journey there. It's our experience of ourselves and our bodies. We have about another minute here. To sit quietly in stillness and fully experience yourself. And at the end of the next breath, please bring your hands together in a symbolism of unity within body, mind, and spirit. May you all have a beautiful day going forwards. Namaste.